Okay, we'll be right back with a very interesting story. Stay with us. Interesting, often unusual characters. Our photographer, Joe Hansard, met up with one today who fashions palm leaves into hats that are guaranteed to keep you cool. His name is Hal Hornberg, but you can call him the Mad Hatter.
Everything I make is all handmade out of coconut palm fronds, which come from Florida. And we grow our own coconut trees. Got to climb about 35 palm trees to get enough leaves to bring up here. It's pretty hard to keep them green until you can use them, you know. I went to Jamaica about 4.5 years ago and was down there watching the natives, the Rastaman, weave up the hats, and thought it was just really unique the way they can throw these hats together. And so I sat there and tried to watch until I could figure it out, seeing how they wouldn't show me. I figured out how to make the hats, and I've been doing it now for 4.5 years. After you make a hat, they're green, and you stick them in the freezer for about 3 hours. And when you take them out the freezer, you stick them on your head and kind of freeze the top of your head on a hot day and keep you cool, like carrying around an air conditioner with you. Oh, I also make birds and fishes, roses, something beautiful for someone beautiful. Is that prolific? Fruit baskets, hanging planters, hanging lamps, table lamps, sun visors, baseball caps, beer mugs, and just about anything you can describe to me. If I can conceive it in my head, I can make you one. Oh, it's the best job I ever had. I work for me when I want, where I want, however I want. I sit on the beach, stay where it's warm, follow the sun, watch the bikinis go by year-round. It's probably one of the only occupations where my money really does grow on trees.
That's the early edition of Area 10 Eyewitness News. For Mike.
5:30 coming up next.
Who's weaving his way through life.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mad Hatter. And of course, I'd better also introduce his partner in crime, the Bandit. Together, the two are setting out on a typical day's work. After a casual cruise down the highway, their first stop is to scout out new terrain for the material from which they make their living. And that happens to be palm fronds. Aha, this looks like a fine tree. Notice the finesse used as the Mad Hatter methodically climbs the palm. This, of course, comes only after years of experience. Finally, his prey has been captured, and it's now time to go and set up shop. Yes, you too may run into the madman as he weaves hats, mugs, and just about everything under the sun on Fort Myers Beach.
Well, I was sitting in Jamaica one day watching the natives down there weave up the hats, and it really interested me. I thought it was really fascinating, so I climbed a palm tree and tried it out, see if I could do it. In 2 days, I figured out how to make a hat. Been making hats now for 6 years. Well, one nice thing about this job, I got one of the only occupations in the United States where my money really grows on trees.
I suppose there is one drawback to the Mad Hatter, and that is once you try one of his hats on, you too may go absolutely mad. I'm John Bafar on the Nautical News Beat.